apologize for reading, but it shouldn't be a problem. Welcome to the channel. I'm Mark. This is Life's Too Hard. We all feel like that sometimes. That's why, pardon me, I wrote these books. Spiriting Around, A Modern Guide to Finding Yourself, which is really about how to be an adult. CLAQ, CLAQ, Creating Love and Asking Questions, because life is a question machine, which is about how to work with God, and Self Respect, the solution to unsolvable problems, which is about how to keep a fair balance between yourself and creation. These books are available as ebooks online or can be ordered at your local bookstore. I'm going to read to you from them, starting with Spiriting Around. Don't worry, you'll miss something. It's easy to jump around. And you may disagree, but that's okay. I don't mean to challenge you. I'm just asking you to think for yourself. Here we go. This section is too young. Society's laws set limits on the age a person has to be to get married. If a person is considered a minor, below the age of lawful consent, then they need permission from a parent or guardian to marry. And if you think it's an arbitrarily chosen age, you're right. But it's not an arbitrary decision. Age requirements are intended to protect inexperienced young people from making bad decisions that they'll have to live with for the rest of their lives. Age limits are established by politicians, adult leaders, whose responsibility it is to set policies that serve everyone in the community. Adults have experience with life. They're familiar with basic human nature, and they've seen the mistakes inexperience can make. Their job is to determine a fair and responsible age when a young person can be expected to have matured enough to make sensible decisions. This gives young people a chance to grow up because it recognizes their limited exposure to life's responsibilities. It's the same as having a minimum age for driving a car, drinking liquor, or being liable for business contracts. The community understands that young people may not be fully aware of the results of their actions, and the community wants to support all its citizens. It knows that what affects an individual can affect the whole community. An immature driver may be exhilarated by the excitement of driving fast without realizing the pain and suffering that a traffic accident can cause. Or the pleasures of materialism may be too much to resist for someone young, while their indulgence can create a deep financial hole for someone just starting out in life. And consensual sex by minors can bring unwanted pregnancies and the unplanned for responsibilities of parenthood, which could have been avoided had they given themselves time to understand it better. When a young person acts irresponsibly, their problems fall on society to fix. Age limits help the community help its young citizens move through this difficult phase where their experience hasn't caught up with their abilities yet. Maturity is a sense of personal responsibility that develops from your experiences seen over time. It's important to understand the world and see how your actions affect it. We all mature at different ages, and a reasonable society knows this. Societies mature too, and as they do, they try to set age limits that respect a young person's right to enjoy life in a flexible enough environment where the community's life is respected as well. This is the moral consideration that gives young people the best chance for success by helping them avoid predictable problems. The community's role in parenting helps young people enter society as a positive influence with their full potential intact. Laws that set limits aren't meant to restrict free expression. They're intended to create fairness for the whole community so everyone has the same freedom to live in harmony with their neighbors. Laws that set age limits are like roadside warning signs. The signs might read slippery when wet, slow curve, or school zone, 15 miles per hour. It's because the responsibility of the people who build the roads is to make sure those roads are safe to travel. Their authority is needed to protect the public and keep everyone informed about possible dangers to their driving. If it wasn't necessary, then flashing lights with ringing bells would be enough warning at railroad crossings for motorists to stop. But human nature shows us that it's not enough. That's why we need crossing gates, physical barriers lowered to block the way of any motorist who ignores the warning and tries to beat the train across the track. Age limits don't impose authority without reason. It's not power for ego's sake. It's a community's responsibility to provide their young people with guidance. No one likes strangers telling them what to do, but no matter how frustrated you may feel, remember that a healthy community tries to be fair. Regardless of age, regulations in a benevolent society are designed for everyone's benefit, and rules are made for those who want to get along with their neighbors to be able to do it without interference. So decisions must be made on where to draw the line that balances the conflict. The problem is in making a fair compromise. And the question is always, who's going to give up what? Then we have to live with it in a practical way. Age limits are adjusted to accommodate social growth. Voting ages have been lowered out of respect for youth's growing civic awareness. The drinking age has been raised in some places as more was learned about the tragic costs of traffic accidents caused by inexperienced young people whose judgment and driving skills had been impaired by alcohol. And marriage is just as important. Beyond a couple's personal relationship, marriage is a statement to society. Okay, that's a good place to stop right there. Thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you found it worthwhile. I hope you were intrigued and inspired. I enjoy sharing what I spent my whole life learning. Now I pass it along to you so you can make your life easier. I appreciate your comments and suggestions. Remember to subscribe. Hope to see you all next time. All the best.